For those that don't know, my name is Greg. I'm pastor here, and just gone for a couple weeks, but great to be back here with you in this summer experience of Portland and beyond. As you guys know, we're a people that are practicing the way of Jesus, who we understand as love through the art of living alongside for the sake of neighbor, creation, and self. And as you know, when we gather, we got 4 rhythms that we lean into heavily, right? So we sing together because we understand scientifically that it connects us with our bodies, but it also connects us to one another. And it opens our hearts, right? Draws our affections towards God as God's gaze is continually on us. And then we enter into this moment of sacrament, right? We take this time to pause and reflect on God's grace towards us and how his sacrificial death reminds us of love and reconciliation. And so we partake in the bread and the cup, and then there's a place of prayer for us as well. And then we dive into the story of God and to nurture our faith, hope, and love. And then we engage together, turn to one another, because we believe wisdom is among the crowd, not just on a platform. And so we take time to engage and be together, sharing just what's stirring within us. And so 4 rhythms to how we move through our gatherings each and every time we get together. So good to be with you. If you are able-bodied, I invite you to stand to your feet with me. You don't have to remain standing through this moment of song. You can obviously shift if you need to in a different posture, but we just like to try to just unify our stance together as we come into this moment of song and worship. And I'm just going to pray for us. So God, we're grateful. We're grateful for the breath that is in our lungs. We're grateful for the health of today. We're grateful for the friendships, relationships, families that we are connected to and a part of. We are grateful for what we might have consumed today by food or drink. We're grateful that we were able to clothe ourselves today. And we're grateful that we get to be here today, that we get to just suspend everything else for the next 60 plus minutes and just settle ourselves, ground ourselves into being present, knowing that you are with us, and we're grateful for that. And so just be with us, speak through each of our hearts and lives uniquely and individually, and unify our hearts together. And so we say thanks for all that will happen here this morning. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And people of God said amen.
Let's worship together. Sing when you move. When you move, darkness runs for cover. When you move, no one's turned away. 'Cause where you are, fear turns into praises. And where you are, no heart's left unchanged. So we come, move, let justice roll on like a river. Let worship turn into revival. Lord, lead us back to you. When you move, the outcast finds a family. When you move, the orphan finds a home. Lord, here we are. Oh, teach us to love mercy. With humble hearts, we bow down at your throne. So come, move, let justice roll on like a river. Let worship turn into revival. Lord, lead us back to you. So come, move, let justice roll on like a river. turn into revival. Lord, lead us back to you, oh Lord. And King of all generations, let every tongue and nation surrender all to you, oh Lord. Oh, and King of all generations, let every tongue and nation surrender all to you, oh Lord. So come and move, let justice roll on like a river. Let worship turn into revival. Lord, lead us back to you. Oh, we sing. So come, move, let justice roll on like a river. Let worship turn into revival. Lord, lead us back to you. Oh, so come, move, let justice roll on like a river. Let worship turn into revival. Lord, lead us back to you. Let worship turn into revival. Lord, lead us back to you. Lord, lead us back to you. Lead us back to you, Lord. Oh, you're worthy, worthy of every song we could ever sing, worthy of all the praise we could ever bring, and worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Come on, let's just sing this out. Jesus, the name. And Jesus, the name above every other name. And Jesus, the only one who could ever save. And worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Yes, Lord, we live for you. We sing holy. And holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder. Show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me. Yes, Lord. Jesus, the name above every other name. And Jesus, the only one who could ever save. And worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh, we live for you. Oh, we sing. Holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder. Show me who us in your love, Lord. Lead us in your love. Lead us in your love. Oh God of great and mighty wonder, who made the heavens and the earth. You watch my life and never slumber. I put my faith in who you are. And when my days are filled with trouble, the truth is I don't understand. Still I will look up to the mountains. I trust my life into your hands. Lift my eyes, you're where my help comes from. Lift my eyes, you're where my heart belongs. I need your spirit to assist me, to keep me praising when it's hard. Ignite a fire from these embers, to worship from a broken heart. True worship from a broken heart. Lift my eyes, you're where my help comes from. Lift my eyes, you're where my heart belongs. Oh, lift my eyes, Lord. Lift my eyes, you're where my help comes from. Lift my eyes, you're where my heart belongs. Oh, our hope is in you, Lord. And my hope, my peace, everything I need, Jesus, I know it's found in you alone. My joy, my strength, and everything I need, Jesus, I know it's found in you alone. And my hope and my peace, everything I need, Jesus, I know it's found in you alone. And my joy, my strength, everything I need, Jesus, I know it's found in you alone. Lift my eyes, you're where my help comes from. Lift my eyes, you're where my heart belongs. You're where my heart belongs. You're where my heart belongs. And it is well with my soul.
morning, everyone. My name's Jeff. I'm on the church council. I get the opportunity to lead us this morning in the Eucharist. You can have a seat if you wish. But before we get to the table, we have our candle of unity here before us. And today, what we're looking at is considering the following. For the Akawa Butte fire efforts, pray for the firefighters, residents, wildlife, weather, and containment. For global conflicts and the hope for peace. Lord, have mercy, be mercy, and hear our prayer. To my left and to my right are two tables. Upon those tables is our representation of Christ's body broken for us and his blood spilled for us. This we're doing in remembrance of him. And as you come forward in just a moment, please do that. Please take it back to your seat. Tarry as long as you need. If you have allergies, if you're gluten-free, we do have an option for you at both of the tables. And in just a moment, I'll also light the candle where we have our other candles, where you can come forward and with someone on your heart and light a candle and say a prayer and ask for God to intervene. Before we get to that, let's us all together go through the Eucharist confession. If you'll join me. We come to this table remembering the broken body of Jesus and his life poured out in love. We come to this table and not to leave the world behind, but to see it clearly. We come to this table aware of the world's weight, suffering we cannot ignore, brokenness that bread and cup do not erase, but somehow hold. We come to remember how God meets us in the ordinary, in broken bread and bodies gathered and candles lit. We prepare our hearts not for perfection, but for examination and honesty, not for answers, but for confession. We come for the table is ready. We come to the table that welcomes all. Thanks be to God. The tables are open.
For the year of 2026, we are in this formation focus entitled Throw Seed and Trust God. Moses is leading an ancient people through the wilderness during their exodus into exile from Egypt. And there is a scene within that journey that we can miss where we see how Moses is spending most of his days. It reads like this. The next day, Moses took his seat to serve as judge for the people, and they stood around him from morning till evening. From morning till evening, every dispute, every question, every conflict among a nation of people all comes to Moses. One man, he sits there all day, every day, and the line never seems to end. People are waiting from sunup to sundown to get to him, to be heard, to be understood, to be known, and to be seen. Moses is giving himself completely to the people. He's available, he's devoted, he's carrying the whole relational weight of the community on his shoulders because he cares, because he's responsible, because he is called. And if you would walk by Moses and watch him in one of those long days, you would have thought, there is a faithful man. There is a leader who truly gives himself for his people. For some, we might have admired him for it. And then someone from the outside walks in. Jethro, Moses' father-in-law. And here's the detail I don't want us to miss. Jethro is not one of them, meaning he is a Midianite. He is a priest of Midian, standing entirely outside of the ancient story of Israel and its unfolding. He is not in the line. He's not caught up in the urgency of these moments. He's not one of the people who needs anything from Moses. But he's also not a stranger because Jethro knew Moses before Moses in this moment, before the burning bush, before Egypt, before the sea parted. Moses came to Midian as a broken man, a fugitive with blood on his hands, and nothing to his name. And it was Jethro who took him in, who gave him work, gave him a family, and gave him a place to belong for 40 years when the rest of the world had no use for him. Jethro knew Moses back when he was nobody. Jethro's watching a man he helped put back together the first time the world had broke him. He knew Moses before he was Moses, which means he can see the person underneath the role, something the crowds in that endless line cannot see. To them, Moses is the function, the judge, the leader, the answer man. To Jethro, Moses is his son-in-law, who he loves. And that's why the outside perspective isn't cold detachment. It's love that remembers who you were before you became what everyone needs you to be. So when Jethro arrives in the wilderness and watches Moses work, he's not watching the great leader, he's watching his son-in-law he loves. And we notice what Jethro does all day long. He watches. The text says he watched Moses do what he was doing from morning till evening, a full day. He didn't react at the first sign of trouble. He sat with it. Jethro took in the whole shape of it, the endless line, the exhaustion, the one man carrying it all, hour by hour by hour. And imagine what that must have felt like for him, watching someone you love, someone you have helped heal, being slowly ground down by the very thing that looks like the greatest success, seeing it clearly and knowing the man in the middle of it can't see it at all. Because that's the thing about pressure. When you're inside it, you can't see it. The people needed what Moses could give, and they couldn't see the cost. And Moses himself was too deep into it, that he was convinced of the necessity of it, too sure that he was the one who could carry it continually, day in and day out. And it took someone from the outside, someone who loved him enough to stand beyond his urgency, their urgency, and remember who Moses is underneath the role of it all. And after a full day of watching what Moses was giving himself to, Jethro says this plainly. He says, "What you are doing is not good. You will only wear yourself out, both you and these people who are with you. The work is too heavy for you, and you cannot carry it alone. It's not good." Sit with this for a moment with me and sense the strength of the words that Jethro is using. Jethro looks at the most admirable thing in the camp, this devoted Moses, his son-in-law, faithful, everything, every time Moses, and he calls it not good. He doesn't say, "Hey, Moses, you're going to need to pace yourself a little." He doesn't say, "Oh, what a servant's heart you have." He says, this very thing that you're doing, the thing that looks like devotion, is not good. And notice why he says it's not good. 2 reasons, and both of these reasons matter enormously. First, you will wear yourself out. The way you're doing this will destroy you. You are not built to carry this alone. And if you keep going, you will eventually break. And the second, and don't miss this, he says, both you and these people. It's not just Moses who suffers under this arrangement, but the people suffer too. When everything depends on one exhausted person, everyone waits in a line that never moves. The bottleneck isn't just killing Moses, it's failing the very people that Moses seeks to serve. And then Jethro does something practical. He just doesn't diagnose, he redesigns. He tells Moses to share it. Let others carry what you're carrying and save yourself for what truly matters. He says, that will make your load lighter because they will share it with you and you will be able to stand the strain. And these people will go home satisfied. Both halves again. You, Moses, will be able to stand the strain. Moses survives, and all of these people, they will go home satisfied. The people are served better, not worse. When the load is shared, everyone wins. The leader lasts, and the community flourishes. A system built to endure past any single person's stamina wins. And I know sometimes this can be hard because underneath there's a refusal maybe inside of us that sometimes says that, I can do it. I got this. I got this. It's just easier if I just take this on and I take care of it. It's the belief that sometimes we're indispensable in the circumstances and the situations that we face ourselves. But here's the picture that we might be able to hold on to. Not a picture of heroic individual burning bright and then burning out, but the picture is a community, a movement, a family, a friendship, a church even that understands the exhaustion of its most caring people is not a badge of honor. It's actually a warning sign. So let me ask the question, do you have a Jethro? Someone who stands outside of your urgencies. Someone who loves you enough and knows you well enough to look at the thing that maybe you're most proud of, or the thing that's quietly crushing you, and tell you the truth about it. Someone who remembers who you are underneath everything that you carry. Because most of us don't necessarily have a Jethro. Sometimes we don't even realize the pressure that we're sitting in or feeling until someone outside of it speaks into it. So part of our formation as humans and as people that live in the way of Jesus is that you have to make room for a Jethro before you need a Jethro. You have to make room for a Jethro before you need a Jethro. For me personally, when I came into the role that I have, which is crazy enough, next year will be 15 years, Michelle and I hosted these listening parties, and we welcomed everybody from within the community here, some long past, others have transitioned out through COVID and other reasons, and just to listen to the people, ask questions, to get feedback. But we only didn't do it there. We listened to the neighborhood. We hosted listening parties with our neighbors to try to get their idea of what this building meant to them, what faith means or doesn't mean to them. And I just more and more over these years, I have gone to the neighbors and asking them to be a Jethro to speak back to alongsiders and to help me see the things that I'm not seeing, help me hear the things that I need to hear, and to listen to the community, to listen to the neighborhood, to listen to the city, to listen to what's happening in the world. As much as I would try to seek to do that within, I definitely seek to do that outside. But to let someone close enough watch you from morning till evening, to observe and to mirror back what you cannot see, to love you enough to say, this is not good. What you're doing, how you're living is not good. It's not healthy. It's not even right. Not because you're failing, but because they can see what your urgency cannot. And maybe for some of us, the word is in the other direction, meaning that maybe you're being called to be a Jethro, but not one of those annoying ones that think they know it all, but a humble one. To love someone enough to stand outside their urgency and say the hard but freeing thing. It might be costly, but it may be one of the most loving things you could ever do for someone, to see them clearly and to tell them the truth gently and in love. This is what the ancient wisdom understands about where real endurance comes from. Isaiah would write it this way: even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, and they will run and not grow weary, and they will walk and not be faint. Notice, even young grow tired, even the strong, even the young, even the ones who seem inexhaustible, they stumble and they fall. Endurance is not a matter of being tough enough to never tire. The renewal that Isaiah promises comes from the hope in God, from a source outside of ourselves, to be replenished and for us to return to again and again, to have roots that reach down to the water that we didn't manufacture so that we can be refreshed. The ancient story reminds all of us that you and I are not the source. That's not a demotion. That is a relief. We were never meant to be the well. God is the well. We were meant to drink from it. And with that in mind, the work that you're doing, whatever it may be, if you're running a business or you're teaching or you're caring for the welfare of others or you're parenting or you're in transition, it needs you not for a season. The people around you and those that you may be serving need you for the long haul. And for that to happen, it requires a Jethro to come into our life and share the load and remind us how easy it can be, how our stamina is more sustainable and the work more bearable and purposeful and joyful if it is shared. If it is shared. So hear Jethro's words this morning, not as a rebuke, but as a gift. Whatever you're carrying, if some part of you has believed that your exhaustion was the proof of your love, That to slow down or share the load would be to care less and not more. Hear this, that what you are doing carried alone is never good. Not because you don't care, because you were never meant to carry it alone. And the people you love need you not for that season, but for the long haul. So be brave enough. Let us be brave enough to hear. Let yourself be watched from morning till evening sometimes. Let yourself be told the truth when it's necessary. And let the load be shared. Not because you're failing, but because this is how the good work and the good people that do the good work endure, is when it is shared. Have you noticed how I'm not even asking anymore? I'm just putting it on the screen. Visual manipulation, you're welcome. Engagement, this is where we turn and process things that are stirring within us. As we always say here, don't write notes on the speaker, write notes on what's happening inside of you, because that's where the gold is. But engagement is an opportunity to do this solo by yourself. Safety is important, so if you don't feel comfortable doing it with others, that's totally fine. But it's a time to process, either individually or turning to one another. But here's some prompts. Moses was doing something admirable, giving himself completely to the people, and Jethro still called it not good because it would wear out both Moses and the people he served. Where in your life is there something that looks like devotion but may be quietly crushing you? What would it mean to hear, this is not good? Not because you don't care, because you can't carry it alone. Jethro could see that Moses couldn't because he stood outside the urgency and loved him enough to say the hard thing. Do you have a Jethro, someone close enough to watch you from morning to evening and tell you the truth? If not, what would it take to make room for them before you need them? And where might you be called to be a Jethro for someone else, to lovingly name what their own urgency has hidden from them? So those are 3 prompts if you choose to use them, or maybe things that you are just processing. God is poking at you. Maybe you want to talk about that too. But turn to one another if you so choose. No more than 5 is best, but we're going to go ahead and engage together. everybody. Sorry to cut in. Just want to help you get on with your day. But as we always say, engagement doesn't stop here. It's hopefully something that will continue to be with you during the week, maybe as these type of conversations linger within you, or maybe you're confronted by some of today elsewhere in your week. But we hope that it is continually formative is the bottom line. I was reminded, just talking to Michelle, my wife, just about this whole conversation. We're in a season of discerning Jethros in our life, and it was funny. I had reconnected with a friend. We've been friends. We've known each other for 40 plus years, and he came in with his fiance into Portland. We spent some time with them on the weekend and showed them around. He is new to the faith, and beautiful stories for both of them. He's the guy that I got my first tattoo with, and then it went, so he's to blame. But I lived with him and his family when I was living on the streets. But all to say, they walked through our property, and we talked about the story of alongsiders. And I remember at one point, they just said, "Man, you do too much." I thought, oh. So there you are, Jethros. Outside perspectives, Jethros, people who walk alongside your life, your faith, and your wholeness. This is one of the reasons why we launched WeWalkAlongside.com, a place where people can find maybe counseling or companionship, spiritual direction, and coaching. Just because in seasons of life, we all need that. And coming out of COVID, that was the thing that I constantly heard more than ever, trying to discern what God's doing in my life. I'm trying to figure out what the next steps in my life are. I'm trying to process this trauma of this point of pain in my life. And I searched high and low on the interwebs to figure out, is there one place that carries these three charismas or disciplines? And there wasn't, so I decided to create one. And so we walk alongside with you through your seasons. And so if you're ever in a place where you need somebody to sit with you and try to discern the activity of God, if you're needing somebody to help coach your life, or you're seeking maybe some therapeutic process, then check out WeWalkAlongside.com. That's just one way that we try to offer the image of Jethros in the lives of people in here and outside of us. So that's just one way of doing that. I want to quickly just kind of mention August, because for those that are in the room that don't know this, there's something called August Pause. We take at least 1 month, 4 weeks out of the year to pause. And the two main environments that pause are our kids' environment, where all of our mentors, we say, hey, here's 4 weeks of pause. So that means in August, starting August 9th, all of the generations will be together for 4 weeks inside of our gatherings, just so you're aware of that. And then our Umius efforts, our Umius food pantry and community, we pause there because we have to clean out the freezers and the refrigerators, and everything needs to be reset and get cleansed and all of that as we continue to redistribute food to so many people in our city. And so that will go on pause as well. There is going to be a summer lunch. We're doing an Elephant's Deli thing on August 9th. That's Sunday following the gathering. I'm just going to order the food. I know I will be mindful of your sensitivities and dietary realities and try to do the best I can. If there's anything specific, please let me know about that. But that will be on August 9th as well. So August pause, and then summer lunch on August 9th. Okay, so everything that kicks off. Any questions about that? Okay. And then in the month of August as well, I'm going to shift from Throw Seed and Trust God to Selah, learning to pause. For 11 months, by the time of the end of the year, for 11 months, we've been talking about throwing and tending and laboring. But this month, we're not adding a single thing necessarily on your to-do list. The invitation is just literally that one word, Selah. And it isn't a verb you perform, it's actually a state that you enter. And so we're going to focus on be still and be led, be small, be honest, and be glad. And so consider it this way: 11 months in 2026 of seed and soil, and 1 month of Selah and breath. a year of doing and a month of being. So that's going to be the focus for August as well. And then lastly, for those that don't know, we have created something called SOFI, the School of Formation and Engagement. We believe those two things live together. We talk about that in Roots, which is a 6-week deep dive into the Alongsiders' culture and the way of Jesus. We'll talk, if you want more information about that, let me know. But this is SOFI, the School of Formation and Engagement. This year, we're inviting 2 people, 2 authors, writers, teachers to come, and we're hosting webinars with them. The first one is Joash Thomas. He wrote the book, The Justice of Jesus. I feel like within the world that we're living in, talking about justice is absolutely essential. And then Dr. Jennifer Bashaw, she wrote a fantastic book called The Scapegoats. It's the gospel through the eyes of victims, and which I feel like is another conversation. Now, please understand, SOFI, the School of Formation and Engagement, this is not the school of agreement, okay? This is not the school of make me feel comfortable in how I live and how I believe, and this is a school of formation and engagement. We bring in people that might have a different perspective or might help you see different things you will align with, things you won't align with. But that's the gift of the dialogue and the discovery. That is the gift of formation, right? And we engage with that content. So 2 webinars, I'll talk more about them. First one's on September 12th. The second one's on November 7th. Usually we fly people in, but it's just too darn expensive to do that. So we decided to use technology. But we will create cohorts around these. So some of you might want to get together in a cohort, read the book in preparation for the webinar. I'll talk more about that in the coming weeks, but just wanted to put that on the map now. Cool? Sound good? Sound good? Sound good? Awesome, awesome, and more awesome. Hey, everybody, let's stand together and get ready to leave the space. Thanks for being here today. It's always a good time to be with you. Bless each other as you leave. Love your neighbor as yourself, and we'll see you very again, Alongsiders and friends. Take care. God bless. Bye.